Hi everyone, today I thought I would pick some hot air balloons to colour. I just fancied doing something fairly simple and I thought these would be fun. This is from Rita Berman's Meine Reise Durch Europa, and I'm just going to see how many I get done really. I'm just going to start and work through them, and it'll probably be a series of videos. I'll probably show you the whole lot, but I'm not really sure. I'm in a bit of an indecisive mood. But let's just get going with this one here. Now, something I don't understand about both this air balloon, this one and this one, are these sort of lines coming out from the bottom. I don't know what they are, so I'm just going to ignore those. You'll have to just, if you know, you can tell me. I'd like to know. But anyway, what I'm using, I'm going to use my Derwent Chromaflow pencils. I have the set of 24, which is a lovely set. I know they've just brought out a big set. I've got the 24. I'm very happy with my 24, I have to say. And I'm just going to start doing this rather pretty sort of sunflower face, I guess. And I'm going to use the sun yellow for the centre. I'm just going to put it on quite plainly. Now, the reason I've chosen my Chromaflow, so I haven't used them loads, and then I used them the other day in a Millie Marotta book and they were beautiful, and I'd sort of almost forgotten how lovely they could be, and so I thought I'd have a go in here. I'm going to use the amber gold for the petals, for want of a better word. What I'm going to try to do is make them a little darker near the centre by layering up there and then a little less towards the tip. I don't know how well it's going to show up on this small area, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. I like this balloon. At the bottom you can see the sort of swags here. It's quite an old-fashioned sort of look, which is really cool, I think. Not sure how I'm going to colour it, but we shall worry about that when we get to it. We're just doing one little bit at a time. So what I find on a page with lots of detail, which actually this one isn't, it can be good to just concentrate on one little bit. So try not to think about the whole balloon at the moment, just think about this little bit here. If you feel ready to think about the next bit, just decide what small bit you're going to do next and think about that, and then you don't get overwhelmed. It can be tricky. I'm sort of thinking about Johanna Basford's new book, and the pictures I've seen from that are very, very detailed. It's like every page is going to be like Ivy's Wonder Room, and the angle looks a bit strange to me. I think it's the angle of my screen. There we go. Sorry, I knocked the camera then. Right, let's think about the background of the balloon. Now I'm thinking that a dark blue would help that sun to really stand out. Now we have 3 different blues in our set of, I think purple would also work. And we have 3 blues, as I say, in this set, and a sort of turquoise green. I'm going to go for this really dark one, which is called Denim. It's the sort of darkest blue you can see, and I'm going to do that behind here, but I'm not going to plaster it down to make it really, really dark. I want to sort of shade it, so I want to have it darker on these edges than in the middle. What I think I'm going to do is just pop a layer down, and then I can see where I'm at. I can see what the pale layer looks like, which helps me to then decide how much to put down for the darker bits, if you know what I mean. And we have to deal with these sort of swag shapes as well, but that's okay. I'm wondering whether to do it above this pattern as well. I think I'll worry about that later. Thing is, we've got such a small amount of colours in our selection. 24. It's not. I've got 12 sets. It's not tiny, but it means that I'm unlikely to forget what colour I use for each bit, which can be quite useful. So you don't have to do all the dark blue first. You can think, well, I might go back and do that there, but I remember it's denim because that's my only dark blue. So it's quite handy when it comes to that sort of thing. And yes, it does limit you, but there are pros and cons to being limited. You can obviously make your own colours as well, which can be fun. It depends what mood you're in, really. So I think I did a video using these quite recently. but I'm just in the mood for using them, so you've got to be as well. So there's the basic, and I'm going to, as I did a little bit darker here, I'm going to start over here, just put down some more layers and then bring that colour out towards the middle, and it helps us to see the roundedness of the balloon. Now I realise this bit here is getting coloured over. It's okay because I've got a little plan for some of the bits on this balloon. I brought over, I'll show you, oops, sorry, reaching over, my Gellyroll metallic pens, so we can do a few bits and bobs with them. Thought would be fun. Why not mix it up a bit? Sometimes I think mixing it up a bit can be fun, using pens and pencils, or pastels and pencils, that sort of thing. So I'm not going to purposely colour over that though, but we can. So I think these bits hanging down here look to me like they could be sort of gemstony, and it's a bit extravagant for a hot air balloon, but why not? It's quite ornate, isn't it, in its pattern? So it could be. Right, I'm thinking about the swags now, before I go on too much further, that we've got a gather of fabric here and here. I don't want to do anything too complex. I think I might just put a darker shadow under each of the, what is these called? I don't know, loops? Not really loops, are they? Just put a little bit under each. There. Now I'm sort of thinking about the other colours on the balloon. Sorry, I've just popped my pencil down to blow my nose. I don't want to go, now we've got lighter blues, but I think they won't look so elegant as the dark blue. I think this is quite an elegant looking balloon. I don't want it to look brash and bright too much. I mean, obviously we've got this, but apart from that, so I think I'm going to use this denim. I've still got the same blue down here. Now you see I'm using it in a little bit darker. It's really easy with these to get a dark colour. I don't really have to press very hard or put too many layers down, so that's quite good. And so it's the same colour, it's just a little bit darker than on here. And you can do this darker if you want to. I've just decided not to. And I'm going to do some of the darker colour up here as well. I'm just carefully quite working out what's cloud and what isn't first, and then I shall just put it down a little bit darker. I just follow the sort of shading from there. Okay, now we've got, I'm thinking this bit down here I'm going to do in the amber gold. I don't really want to introduce any new colours, so I'm going to do that. Oh, I've gone out the light. I would have probably been better to erase that little bit of blue there, but now I've coloured over the top. It's probably a bit late. I'm going to try and layer it up a little bit on the edge and make it a bit lighter towards the middle. It doesn't look quite so elegant as the dark blue, but you could have used this sort of purple, the dark, what's it called? The violet or something like that, but I just didn't want to introduce more colours. Now these I'd quite like in this colour as well. I'm going to look for my eraser. I still haven't swapped it out with my bright pink one. There it is, I found it easily. The mono, Tombow mono. And I'm going to just try and take that blue out of there. As I say, it's not going to be the end of the world if it won't disappear. I'm going to try it with the dark, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to go over it with the gel pen. I think that's the best way. I'm putting it on in just a heavy layer. I think it's okay. Now for this bit, I'm going to use this colour 2 here, and we're going to use the lighter yellow for the background. So just putting these on quite hard. And then a layer like that, so slightly faded towards the centre. Those I'm definitely going to use a pen. And then we've got our lighter yellow, the sun yellow, which I'm going to use for the background of here. So a bit more here. I'm going to try and fade it. It probably won't really show up because it's yellow. Yellow isn't the most best colour for showing up shading, but we'll try. I know it's there. That doesn't look like it's been coloured in very well. That's better. Okay. Now I think this bit under here is just the cables, ropes, whatever they might be. I don't think there's a bit behind that. I think that would be sky. But we do have our basket. Now, I don't want the basket to be too dark. I'd quite like it to be a bit more yellowy. We have got this golden sun colour. I'm going to try that because it looks slightly brownish. It might work. It's a little bit pale, isn't it? But it could be wickery. We can just do the whole thing. I'm going to layer it up a little bit inside, make it a bit darker, and go over those darker areas that Rita's marked. I think I'll just grab a dark brown. Maybe actually the burnt sienna might work. And just go over this bit a little bit to darken it, because that'd be quite dark inside. There's no one in it. Maybe there's no one in any of them. They're just off on a little flight all by themselves. Okay, now I'm going to grab one of these metallic pens. I'm going to use this one. I don't know if it's got a colour. It's got a number, 554. It doesn't have a colour. And I'm going to use it for these circles here. Oops. And these, gosh, I'd forgotten how runny these were. Comes out so well, you don't need to sort of work it. There we go. That's all. So it's just got a little bit of, no, I'm going to put a bit more in between these. There's a line. I'm just going to put a bit of pen on top, so we get a bit of sparkle at the top as well. That looks really quite gold. I don't know how easy it is for you to see. Oh, you can see the shine. It's a bit wet still, but there's that balloon. How are we doing for time? We'll do another one. We'll do this one or this one. We'll do this one. Now this one's going to look completely different. I'm just going to tidy up my pencils a little bit while I have a think. I'll put that one back in the wrong place. Okay, I'm thinking, and we've got a sort of floral bit here, and then this looks more like a building and a flag, so we've got quite a bit of different bits and bobs going on. Let's do a pink for the floral. I'm saving my really pale pink for clouds later. I'll show you that later. We'll do the magenta for the flowers. I'll show you. So just, I'm going to put it more layers here and then less as we go down towards the end of this bit. I mean, you could do it as a leaf. She says doing it pink. Pink leaves exist. And it's just the same on each one. So I decided now, having started this page, that I will show you all of it, but it will be in installments, not all in this one video, and it's possible that it might be split up by a planner page. It depends on the day the video goes out. I'm not really, I haven't got it in my head what's going on. I think what we'll do is across this whole bit we'll do a background of the same colour, and I think that'll add some consistency through, and then so I'll do that now and then we can plan the rest. Is what the colour I've got on my hand a good idea? Yeah, I'm going to do it blue. This is the light blue. Now to be honest, the light blue and the dark blue are fairly similar in this set. I'm going to try and make this even across the whole balloon if I can, and not too dark. The reason I questioned whether this was a good idea was because we've got all this sky behind to do, but those dots, I'm going to colour over those dots. We'll use our metallic pen for those. I think we'll add a little bit of metallic detailing on each one. I think it'll be fun, and it will just sort of make them, match them up, sort of. So yeah, I was thinking if the sky's blue, then I'm doing blue, but you can do it a different shade, or we don't have to do it blue. You can do it a different colour. I haven't really thought about the sky at all. We could leave it white. We could just do the clouds and leave the sky white. I might do that. So I'm sort of thinking this is behind these arches. And a bit underneath. I'm getting really hungry. It's close to lunchtime, and I thought I would come and record rather than go and eat some lunch early. I thought if I do that, then I'll be hungry this afternoon. So it's quite good, I think, to build up a bit of an appetite. Anyway, now I'm going to just do a little bit of gentle shading like we did on our blue one above. I just realised I've got two blue ones. I don't think it matters. Just to darken those edges a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much, but I just want it to look a little bit dark on the edge. I might not take it too far into the middle. It depends whether it sort of gives me the right idea without too much effort. A bit in there. A bit more in there. I'm having to take it in a little bit. There, that'll do. Simple. Keep it simple. Okay, now we've got pink flower. I'm wondering whether to go for more pink. I think I will, just to sort of take that pink through. So back with our magenta, and I think these little ones would do the same, so in the same colour I mean, so we'll make them darker at the bottom and lighter towards the top of the curve. Now this is a hot air balloon, and so it could just be printed flat on the fabric with no shading whatsoever. So you could make your design very flat, you know, even, I mean, in colour, and then maybe just shade the edge a bit to make it more rounded. You don't have to do too much detailing. This one I'm going to fade towards the bottom. It's a bit blue, this one, but I'm not going to worry. Just got paranoid then that you couldn't see. I don't know why. I had a quick look. You can see. So it's just nice, easy movement. Very relaxed today. I'm in a real chilled mood, not in the mood for doing anything too complicated. And I think I'm going to take that pink down to these. I think these look a little bit petally, and they're probably supposed to be, they have those sorts of weight things that they hang over the basket to, I don't really know, you see them in films, we're losing height, throw them off, and they throw them away. And I think, why do you even have them on there? I know nothing about hot air balloons, someone might know, but I'm always confused by the whole concept. I'm thinking we'll go in with a purple. This is actually lilac. It's the lighter purple. I've chosen the lighter one because my darker one is short, and to be honest they're really close in colour, I think, anyway, the lilac and the violet. So we'll just, you see, I hope you can see I'm layering up a little bit more on the edges, a bit less as we come in. I find the magenta a little bit brash. The colour is a bit red for my liking. I like a paler pink. You know me, I'm not a big fan of pink, but I usually like a sort of paler one. I'm just colouring those in. I'm not doing anything special, and the area around them. You don't have to go out of the lines. That's completely optional. Now for the edges of these, that looks like a sort of archway, I'm going to try and make this bit darker. I'm going to try and make it darker at the top and fade it to the bottom as well. It's a small space. It's not too easy to do that and it will barely show, but I'm just being fussy. There we go. And then I want to colour that front bit in this colour too, but I want it light. So I'm going to hold my pencil much further back, colour on the edge, and really gently and slowly to get a much lighter colour. Can you see how much lighter that is? Now I am going to try and make it a bit darker on the edges in a minute, but I just want to get a lightish layer. It's not perfectly even, but that's fine. So here I'm going to layer up a bit. I'm going to be careful because I don't want it to go as dark as this bit, but I'm just going to layer it up a little like we did with the blue, just to slightly add shade. It doesn't need to be, ooh, just heard some swans fly over. It doesn't need to be really obvious. Now the baskets, I could do it purple. I might do this trim purple, but I quite like the idea of having them as sort of wicker, so I might do it similar to the other one. We do this purple trim, try and make it a little bit dark on the edges, and then I'm going to switch to a sort of brown colour. I think I use this one. I think it will match better with the this is the natural brown. I think it will sort of look better with these colours. I'm going to try and make it a bit lighter in the middle, darker on the edge. I'm just layering it up there like that, but I don't want it too dark because you want the inside to be the dark bit. That's where all the shadow is, and it will get lighter as you come towards the top, so you can do a few less layers up there. There we go. Now of course we need to add some sparkle, so I'm thinking we want a pink or a purple. I'm probably going to go for this slightly darker, more purpley one. I'll tell you the number in case you've got them. This one is number 524, and I'm going to do these dots. Dot, dot, dot. Have I done them all? I can't say yes. And I think we need just a little more. I think I'm going to do one in the centre of here. I can hear a beeping. And then a bit there. Why not? It's a little bit tricky for you to see, I'm sure. I can turn it to the camera a little bit. But it's just a tiny detail, but I just think it's fun. Now, I'm going to leave that there for today. I don't want to make really long videos. I think we'll just do a little bit at a time, so I'll just show you what we've done. So we've just done those two today. We've got another 3 balloons, we've got some leaves, so I might do a pair of balloons on another video, 1 balloon and some leaves, and then we've got sort of cloud and sky to do, which we'll do on another video. I don't want it to be complex, so don't worry about the sky. I may not even colour it in. I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to do the clouds. They're a little bit easier, less daunting, and then decide about the sky. So we'll just see what happens. But thank you today for watching today. I hope that's been okay for you. Enjoy your day and happy colouring.